Hello everyone, and welcome to my project Devrew. So this is an application that allows developers to earn basing on the volume and transaction fees they generate from their applications. So it acts as it actually can be used as a form of retroactive funding based on the volume generated by the applications for different developers, or it can actually also be used to track metrics of already created projects to see how much volume they are generating in a time period, right? So to actually to use it, it's very easy as a developer of an application that you want to partake in this uh, project. You just have to come to our project or to our platform, register your application, right? You'll get a unique ID, and then for that ID you will always attach it to the transactions that originate from your project. And then once you attach the ID, your unique ID, you will also at the end of it all send the transaction hash to our API for verification. So I'll just do a demo right now. So all you have to do is actually connect the wallet and connect, and then boom, you're in, right? So here we have a section of campaigns. So there are different campaigns that developers can actually uh, sign into or participate into. So these campaigns usually have a starting period and of course the ending period. But now you can see we have one active campaign. The other ones are still pending. So let's assume the developer wants to participate in this campaign. They'll have to first come to the dashboard, and then they will have to register the application in order to get a unique ID. So I will come click on this one, and then I will say maybe test DeFi app, right? So once I've done, all you need is actually a name, but in the future we'll have to include more details about your project, the URL, the GitHub for tracking, like, but for now you just need a name. So once you've done that, you just have to register, and then we will take care of the rest. So once you registered, you will receive this unique app ID, and it's the one that is so important, that uniquely identifies the developer and their project, right? So now that we have the ID, we have to come back and register for this campaign or in this campaign. So I will click on this campaign, and then you will see that my application is not registered, but we already have other two applications that have registered for this campaign. So I'll just click on this, and then click confirm, right? So we wait a few seconds, you'll see that I've registered, and then I'm eligible to participate in this campaign. So now that the developer has, actually, first of all, they have gotten their ID and they have registered in a campaign, all they would have done is actually go to the NPM store, download this package that we've developed, and then this is how actually you can integrate it in your front end, right? So you just download this package, initialize it. You can get actually your app ID by just getting supplying your using this method, and then supplying your wallet address that you use to create it. So in this case it would be this one. So as long as you supply it here, you'll get your app ID, this one, right? So you don't have to manually maybe have to save it somewhere, or hustle with saving it. So you get this one, and then this is the ID that you always attach on transactions that originate on your application. And then once you've attached uh, this ID on the, like, usually it's usually in the memo field, right? So you have to submit the transaction hash to our verifier API. So you get the ID, in the middle somewhere, actually add it on the memo field of your transaction. Then once you've done that, the transaction hash, you submit it to our API for verification. So the process is automatic. You will automatically actually, once you submit this one, it will automatically be, decoded. They get the app ID. Of course, they associate it with your address, and they get, of course, the fees and all that, right? And they will add it on the leaderboard. So for now, we are still on mainnet. There's no way I can test it, by creating another application, but we have like a playground in our application here where you can actually simulate, right? So still on the dashboard, you can come. Remember, we already have our app ID. So I will come here, send transaction, right? So, or you can see our app ID is already selected by default. And then I'll just select this one, and then maybe I send to XLM to this address. And then it's a normal transaction, but in the memo field, actually, we have attached our app ID, as you can see, right? So you confirm. So now that we've confirmed, I will just have to copy this, come here, and then verify the transaction. This is like a playground that you can use to actually see what's happening. So I'll fetch the details. You will see that we sent to XLM, the transaction hash, the amount charged, and then the memo field. It shows our app ID, right? So this next step here is actually simulating this where you submit the transaction to the API, and it will be automatically added to the leaderboard for metrics, right? So I'll just click on submit, and then you will see that transaction verified and submitted the smart contract. And don't worry about this one. We click OK, right? So we come back now to the campaign. If we come back to the campaign, we should actually see our transaction there, right? So we just freeze the campaign. We just have to refresh. Here it is. Testify app, the ID, then the amount that we sent, and then of course the transaction fees are still very few, and then the share of the rewards. Remember, we have a total pool of this one. This is now we are taking up a share of 33% of the total rewards, right? So this is basically it. We can use this application for retroactive funding. We give out rewards based on the volume different apps by different purpose generate, or we can actually create a campaign that basically tracks uh, the metrics of projects, as far as transaction volume, fees is concerned, of maybe applications that have passed through maybe a cohort or a funding round. So as we get metrics for this, right? So that is it for the project, and we are soon launching on a mainnet. We just have a few different things, linking up the SDK with the platform, and then also deploying the smart contracts on the mainnet, and this will be out for use. But for now, you can actually join in on the testnet very easily. Reach out to us via Twitter and all that, and then we can link you up on joining the testnet phase. All right, thank you so much.